Hello, hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, today's video topic is a very important one. Knowing the value that you bring, how you rub off on other people, how other people rub off on you, and what is the standard for the people that you allow into your close circle. Now, to begin, I'm going to let you know this. Everyone has good traits, they have bad traits. And based on that, when you are around certain people, you start to adopt those traits. Such as, let's say you have a lot of friends who are hard workers, or they're really smart, or they're creative, or they go to the gym a lot, or they paint. You're going to begin to do those things, whether you know it or not, or you might just start taking on those traits. Like, you might start working extra hours at work all of a sudden. You might start being more creative. You might start getting in shape more. You might start eating right. All because of how the people are rubbing off on you. And vice versa. You rub off on other people. So you need to know the good traits and the bad traits that you have that will rub off on others. Such as, maybe you are very hardworking. Or you're very lazy. That's going to start to rub off on your friends, your family, your relationships. And this is not even just, this doesn't begin there. This begins individually with how you are by yourself. When nobody's around, when nobody's looking, what do? What do you not do? How do you think? How do you work? How do you treat your life as a whole? What's your outlook on the world? What's your personal morals? The principles you live by? The qualities and standard that you have built yourself up to be? That is what's going to start to rub off on others. And you need to know that value, because other people will try and tell you that you're not all that. Even if, let's say, you are undeniably all that, they might say, oh no, your outfit is ugly. And you know you rocking that. They're trying to tell you, damn, you gotta know that value so that other people cannot come around and then say something and their opinion start to outweigh your opinion. I said this in a video before, but don't let what somebody think override what you know about yourself. Do not let what someone thinks override what you know about yourself. My next point is you need to know that standard and that quality of who you bring into your life, because what you're around starts to influence you. If you're around a lot of people who are, let's say people who vape. Now, personally, I have nothing against them as humans, like as people. I don't have anything against them. But what I am against is the trait and the quality of them doing that. Because sooner or later, if somebody's doing something around you, like they always doing something around you, whether you know it or not, it starts to spark a curiosity in you. And that's how a lot of people end up getting addicted to that. They start seeing people around them doing something, so out of curiosity, they might do something. Not that they were pressured into it, not that they were like peer pressure, but they might try it just because of how curious they are. And I don't want to be around that energy. I'm not trying to be around all that. Not to mention how bad of a financial decision that is. Like, that's a lot of money. I don't want to be around that. Next point. Knowing what you do want to be around. So, you want to be around people, at least I want to be around people, who uplift me, who I can learn from, who are ready and willing to learn from me, who I can teach, who I can guide, who bring something to this table. We always hear this in relationships, like our romantic relationships. What does the man or what does this woman bring to the table? But we also got to look at that in terms of even family, friends. What do your friends and your family bring to this table? You're around them. That's a type of relationship. You know, obviously not a romantic one, but it's a relationship. So you got to know, what is my cousin, my best friend, aunts, uncles, anybody, what are they bringing to this table? What is it that is the value of this conversation? What is the value that I'm bringing to their life? And likewise, when you build that up, it transfers into your romantic relationships too, and it transfers back. Because, perfect example, right? Let's say you're a guy, you go up to some girl you think is cute, maybe she on a train, the bus, at school, Walmart, wherever. The location does not matter. I'm just giving you something to visualize. So you go up to her, right? And you say, hey, my name's, I don't know, Ricky, Lawrence, William, whatever your name is. And you go up to her and you say, hey, my name is yada yada yada. Y'all start having a conversation. You go, okay, well, can I get your number, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is that you do. Personally, I'm a number kind of person because people can't just Google your number. If I just met you like right here face to face, I want a more intimate way of communicating versus Instagram or Snapchat, but whatever you do, what you do. So, you ask for the number, the Snapchat, the Instagram, whatever. And she's like, no, sorry, I don't want to give you my number, Snapchat, whatever. Maybe I got a boyfriend. Maybe I'm not interested. Whatever she says. When you know your value and you understand that your value is not dependent upon another person's validation of it, you're able to then go, all right, it was nice meeting you. Have a great day. And you walk off knowing that, wow, she just missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime. I could have really uplifted her life in every possible way. And you're not saying that out of some like, oh, bitter, I'm so much better than her kind of thing that a lot of guys do. You're saying it out of actually knowing like you can really do that for somebody's life because you've done it for your own. You've done it for other people around you. You might have done it for previous relationships you've been in. You might have done it for your friends, family, your own life, whoever. So you're saying that because you know your own value. You were like, that was a great conversation. And you might go talk to somebody else a couple minutes later. Maybe next day, who knows? And they might say yes, and boom, you just uplifted their life. And now, here comes the next point. You gotta know what it takes for somebody to get that, to be a part of that, to be in your world. Because so many people are in relationships, in friendships, around family, who are just draining from them. Like, they're just taking your value. They're getting all those good qualities, right? They're getting those good qualities, but they're not bringing anything in return. So let's say you are the business. You have a business. And they're just leeching off you. They're not doing any accounting. They're not marketing. They're not shipping the product. They're not packaging. They're not producing. They are not networking. They're not doing anything, but somehow you're letting them a part of the business. You're in business with a lazy person. You're in business with somebody who does the bare minimum. You're in business with somebody who doesn't care. You got to look at it like that, because once you know what it takes for somebody to be a part of that world, that's when you're able to have those sorts of people, because you can recognize it. You cannot have something and you cannot get something that you're not aiming for, that you don't know the signs of. Because I've had plenty of great people in my life, but I might not have been able to fully recognize all the great signs about them until weeks, months, years later, after we no longer see each other. But from that, you learn and you grow. So for me, some of the things that I need for somebody to be a part of that world is, I'm going to use the example of a romantic relationship, because that's what most people are listening to. I need somebody who is a great listener, somebody who is amazing at problem solving, somebody who is creative, somebody who is smart, someone I can have a deep conversation with, someone who there's a great connection, an amazing bond, open to trying new things, etc., etc. And the reasons for these is because these are traits that I have within myself, and somebody who also has those, when we come together, anything is possible. Because I can solve problems. They can solve problems. We can double our problem solving ability together. I'm creative. They're creative. So I might see a solution to a problem that they didn't see. They might see a solution to a problem I didn't see. Great listener. They know what it is that I need support with. I know what they need support with because we listen. Hard worker. I work hard. I want them to work hard. I don't want to be with somebody who just sitting around being a bum all day, because I'm not a bum. And when you understand these things that it is that you want, that matter to you, it's not you being selfish. People are going to call it that. It's more so you knowing your value, knowing your worth, and knowing the value and worth that it takes for somebody to be a part of that world. Because even if you don't have somebody in your close circle, they're still in your vicinity. They're still around your energy. And this is where we get phrases like protecting your energy. It's about being around the people who are in line with you. People who are supportive, people who are encouraging, people who add value rather than subtracting, rather than draining you, rather than tearing you down. You want to be around the kind of people who bring life into you, who bring light into you. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Who bring life and light into you. Those who don't hold you down but rise you up. Those who make you feel like you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Those who value your presence. Those who are supportive, encouraging. When you don't say anything to them for a while, they might check up on you and be like, yo, Lawrence, how you been? You alright? I ain't heard from you in a little while, yada yada. They might check up on you and be like, yo, man, I saw what you was doing on Instagram. Good job. Keep that up. I'm proud of you. People like that. And I'm going to close it out with this right here. When you put all these pieces together, you're going to naturally be around a lot less people. You're going to naturally be around a lot less people. Because the more you know your worth, the more you know the value that it takes for somebody to be a part of that circle, the more you know what it is that you do and do not tolerate, whether it be in a friendship, family, romantic relationship, business, work, school, etc. When you put all these things together, you're naturally going to be around a lot less people. Because as you know more of your worth and what you do and do not tolerate, you're going to start cutting people off like back to back. Especially if prior to that, you didn't know your worth and you weren't living in line with your worth. You're going to realize like, yo, this person not even all that good for me. Like this person, they're not doing nothing in their own life. They're not bringing nothing to my life. And I'm just bringing all this value, all this love, all the support to their life. And they not bringing that back. Yeah, I got to cut them off. And then it might be that you was in a relationship for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And as you realize your worth and as you understand your worth, you're like, dang, I just wasted all this time with this person. Ain't nothing good come from this. I've been doing all the work. They ain't been doing nothing but sitting around looking pretty. It might even come down to family. You might realize that, yo, this cousin, this aunt, this uncle, this brother. It might even be a parent that you realize, like, yo, this person not even all that good with me. Like, not in some like emotional way. You're thinking like, yo, this person actually is not good for me. Like, they're not supportive. They're not saying they love me. They're not showing up to my baseball games. They're not helping me in any sort of way. They're not supportive. They're not encouraging. They're not helping with food. They're not making sure phone bills are paid. They're not making sure the electricity is on. They're really not doing anything good for me. That's when you're going to have to start cutting people off. And that can be challenging. That can be very difficult. But the best things in life are difficult. Once you get past that first step, it gets easier as it goes on. Once you drop those toxic friends, those toxic relationships, those toxic family members, that toxic boyfriend, girlfriend, that's when you are able to get your momentum going. And it gets easier with time. It gets easier. And you learn more, you grow, and you become the man, the woman, the person that you were destined to be. And I just want you to know, never let somebody else dictate what your value is. Never let somebody else come into your life and tell you what you are and what you are not. Because more often than not, that person is jealous, envious, because you are something. You did something. You are becoming something, and you became something that they could never be in their wildest dreams. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I wish you all the best. Stay up.